Hello there, Facebook friends. Sean Brush, the Crooked Cowboy. Well, it is Monday morning. It's very early still, but I thought I would post an updated video on things that are happening. Getting lots of feedback still from the story in the CBC and my videos from Christmas, for those of you that have been following about my wheelchair dilemma. The CBC did a story 2 weeks ago, and I've been getting some email and messages from people across the country, and I'm hearing stories about people going through similar situations. So CFRB said they're going to do a follow-up story when I get my new wheelchair, and I spoke to CBC, and they said they would be interested in potentially doing a follow-up when I get my wheelchair as well. Now, with all the things that are happening, a couple of things have happened. Is a few people have offered me wheelchairs, and I really am overwhelmed by the generosity and the people coming out of the woodwork, and I want to thank you. And people have still been donating to my GoFundMe page. Thank you. Those funds will come in helpful for other needs that I have, which I'll talk about further at another time. So, excuse me. Where we are at today is the Motion, the wheelchair vendor, fixed my wheelchair, and I'm able to tilt back, and they put some new armrests on and new tires, and all the paperwork and everything has been done. I've paid for the chair, for the new chair, and it's just a matter of waiting now. They said it could possibly be 3 weeks, but these are unknown things because of supply chains and weather and COVID and whatever else you want to tell it to be. So with that being said, because my chair is old and beat up, there are a couple of people that have reached out to me. One was a group in Niagara that said they could fix my chair. They have Elevate and Tilt. I haven't talked to them yet, but I'll be speaking to them this week for future, just to have a backup chair, so I don't ever have to go through being stuck or stranded. I just never want to go through that again. It's a terrible, terrible thing for anybody. And also, there is someone in British Columbia that has offered me a second chair, with the idea, that I won't be stuck. It comes from someone that the chair has tilt built into it. It has everything I need, and it would be a good chair. I would take it in a heartbeat, except it's across the country. If there was some way I could transport it, I've tried to reach out to some people I know. If there's anyone that is traveling from British Columbia to Toronto, and you have room for a power wheelchair in a transport truck or something, I'm going to be reaching out to a few people to see if that can happen. The chair is brand new, and unfortunately the person cannot use it, so they've offered it to me. Instead of it sitting in a storage somewhere, they want to see it get used, and it's basically been in storage. It was bought a year and a half ago, and it is a $13,000 chair that's just sitting. And if I can't use it, I'm gonna, see if somebody else can use it. So, if there's somebody out there in shipping and logistics, reaching out, to maybe a trucking company or Air Canada or, a railroad, whoever, maybe a good deed could be done during COVID. So if you want to reach me, go to my website, seanbrush.com, or thecrookedcowboy.com, and crooked is spelt with a K, so just in case you didn't know. and spread the video, spread the word about all the things that are happening. And like I've said before in my other videos, my story is unique to me and the people who know me. And I'm advocating for change in the system. It's not a political thing. It's not a money thing. It's not a COVID thing. The system's been in place for this wheelchair business to have exclusivity, that they're the only ones that can sell special equipment, sell and service special equipment. And it's, for whatever reason, I don't feel the system is working. And I hear that from other people similar to my situation, and also for the people that can't advocate for themselves for one reason or another. So if you can, or please still share the stories. If you or someone you know that is going through something like this, I'd like to hear from you, and maybe post your story along with this one. And hopefully we can make some change in the world. So I'll keep you posted on things as they happen and where we're heading from here, as far as CFRB and CBC when the new chair comes. And also I said, you know, part of the thing with disabilities and ODSP here in Ontario, and I'm sure it's much the same in other places, we're very lucky to be in a country where we have what we have. Unfortunately, like everybody else, you know, a basic minimum living wage, you know, basic income is a thing that needs to be addressed. There's things that aren't covered. Even for me, you would think things would be covered. Massage therapy. The big one nowadays is CBD and THC, medicinal oils and topicals. They're not covered. So it's one of those things that I get by with some generosity from certain people in the world that you know, believe in the herbs and the power. But it is a proven medical science that it does work. I have prescriptions for the medicine, but I can't afford it. So these are all things that need to be addressed, you know. And today I put the ball out there in your favor to pass it on, tell the stories, and keep the ball rolling. Thanks.